Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to the channel. We are back again for another weekend preview. We're starting to fly through the flat season now, and I'm feeling a little bit more enthusiastic about this weekend's racing. We've got a real nice competitive card. We're going to take a look at one race from Ascot, four from Newmarket, and three from Ascot. And then what we're going to do at the end of the episode, we're going to combine into a lucky 15, two selections from me, two selections from Jamie, and we're going to keep this going as a little bit of a trend. We've got quite a few changes coming to the channel, certainly as we lead up towards the jump season, which I will go into in a moment. Before we do, we'll say hello to our two. Oh no, it's just Jamie. Jamie, he's left us again. Where is he?
I don't know what happened to him, boy. He's the non-star in my book now because he's deserted us, isn't he?
He's become a bit of a shishkin, like you don't know if he's going to start or not, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, he's a non-star now. We're gonna call him for non-star.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we
We,
should call him
we,
now.
we,
Yeah, yeah.
we don't know
Get
what
his
his
name
trip
straight
is.
up.
We don't know if he's a two miler or if he's a national hunt type. But
Just tell him to start back and Colin Keane horses on the
yeah,
all-weather. You get on well then.
yeah, yeah. That oh yeah. Well, look, he saved me today. I said it's been a slower season. The golf's going fine this year, Jane, but the racing bets have been slower than usual. I'm in profit, but not by too much, about 22 points at the moment, which is low considering we're 6 months in. But the reason I'm mentioning that is because Colin Keane saved me with that Kingdom of Stars. I had him at 4-1. Obviously, he ended up winning at 9-4. And Jamie, we've got loads to get through this weekend. And talking of winners, before we get there, a little bit of housekeeping. My first note here is Jamie's good weekend. So last week we took a look at the races over the Eclipse weekend. But midway through that episode, Jamie said we're going to throw in a bonus race and take a look at the Grade 3 Grinds Hurdle, which was on Thursday, wasn't it? Because we recorded on Wednesday. Yeah.
Yep.
You asked me who I fancied. I said I hadn't really had a look. Obviously, I was aware that Enniskerry was meant to run well, and he did finish second. A really good performance from the 11-year-old. He's going to go to the Galway Hurdle next. But you were quite shrewd here, Jamie. You said Jesse Evans was going to get the job done. Won well. Won well.
Yeah, I was very, very happy with it, Joe. To be honest, Joe.
First jump.
We should have done the reverse in the straights and the whole
Yeah, yeah, of
forecast.
course, of
But sure,
course.
that's life. Now,
Yeah.
apparently, Noel Meade came out and said he might run the Galway plate, but looking like it's going to be the very last day in a 2 mile, two furlong handicap chase.
Okay, okay.
There's no rain forecast here for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, now Galway is still
Yeah.
3 weeks away.
What's the,
Galway
what's the
is.
key to him then? You like it at fast ground? Is that
I
sort of
think he needs a bit of
yeah.
good ground. I saw the interview in Roscommon last day with Noel Meade because I was watching a bit of Roscommon, and Noel Meade said that if the ground was too quick at Royal Ascot for him, which is very strange because I thought he always wanted better ground, but obviously better ground than National Hunt ground he needs.
Yeah.
So to me, 2 miles two around Galway seems ideal, but he's going to lump top weight. Obviously, they might put a claim around him this time. So he's one to watch out for the final day of the
Yeah.
Galway Festival.
Okay. Perfect. Great. Yeah. Nice to see him win as well because we know the owner, Jack Singleton. He's a really
Mm.
nice fellow. So really good to see. And then James as well on the Saturday. This one was really interesting to me because you were quite bullish. You mentioned, I think you were talking to the Bear possibly about this one, Delacroix for the Eclipse. I think it was the Bear you said you were talking to in the week, or it was another one of your buddies, but you were both saying like this is the time to back him. He was around sort of like 8-1 at the time of recording. He ended up winning at 3-1. Unbelievable ride by Ryan Moore. No one lost the race though. Delacroix won it, and Ryan. Well, serious teamwork for them two, and it topped up, and it was another good winner for you over the weekend.
Yeah, I backed him Ante-Post show at 14s, and I just saw the race cutting up a fair bit. I did back him again on the day at 9-2. I think he drifted. He ended up 3-1. I think he's value for more than he won.
Mm.
I don't. I know he gets a 3-year-old allowance. I understand that, but if they were off levels in a different 10 furlong race, he's still better than Ombudsman in my book. Um, he got boxed in. Had to go around the whole field. He's worth way more than just head victory over half a length victory over Ombudsman.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
sure.
he's the 10 furlong star going forward. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to probably see, because of that, we're going to probably see Field of Gold now in the Judd one. We discussed how we thought sort of Ombudsman maybe overrated. Turned out to be that way as well. Field of Gold's the number one. Looks like it's going to be a good battle between Delacroix. So it was good in that sense. Quiet From me, pretty poor form coming into last week, but it's picked up nicely for me this week, and hopefully we can continue that here. Just a brief mention, something I'm probably going to say for the next few episodes in case people miss it, but for the new season, we do have loads of updates, myself, Jamie, and Liam. We've got around 10 stable tours booked in so far already. I've got some special guests lined up for the very first show, which you definitely don't want to miss. We're going to start doing some live shows as well. Me and Jamie have been discussing this sort of for a long time now. We're just going to bite the bullet and sort of jump into it. We've been building up, obviously, a nice fan base from yourselves that sort of repeatedly come back and watch us, which we appreciate a lot. So we're going to do a little bit more, and we're going to add some graphics to the stream. We're going to go live. Like I said, we've got the stable tours, new segments. We're just going to go for it, aren't we, James, for the next season, and hopefully you all stick around with us. We really do appreciate the support. It's nice we've been able to give you some winners. Final thing, Racing Club, we've had another winner. Handle the Kettle has gone back to back for us. If you want to get a share and Handle the Kettle, you can for £60. Take off £5 if you use Racing Joe 5. And of course, we've got Wendigo as well. You can even take a piece of Wendigo if you prefer. Right then, so we will get on to the racing. I've thrown a curveball, Jamie, and I said we're actually going to start with the one race at Ascot. We have the 2:22, which is the summer mile, which is the Group 2 over a mile. Um, Pretty decent race on the front of it, Jamie. We've got Hartum at 100 to 30, won the Wolferton Stakes. You've got Coudoir at 7 to 2, who won this race last year. My Cloud, the progressive sort, never so brave at 4 to 1. The Dylan Cooner Stable Star Prague at 7 to 1, any price you like for the remainder. Have you got a fancy in here? Because I know I do to kick us off anyway.
Very tough puzzle to figure out, Joe. I thought anyway. Hatem, I can't believe it won over 10 furlongs. I didn't think
Mm,
it'd stay 10 furlongs if fit.
yeah,
Beating
agreed.
Gale in the Wolverton, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because he won the Jersey the year before over 7 furlongs. Kuja won this race, but he only won this race by a head last year. Now, I know he beat Hatem at the start of the season at Longchamp on it
Mm,
in a listed race, but he was stone last in that Queen Anne. And what I will say, to note of caution for everyone who watches us, that Queen Anne Stakes was you're going to struggle to find winners out of it at any level, because I think it was such a grueling race, and it was a course and distance winner, really. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Kind of a
yeah,
course
yeah.
specialist active. I think these horses are going to struggle towards the season. Um, there's no rain about, and you saying watering Ascot. I think Prague needs a soft in the going to be at its best. I know the one you like. I'll let you go there. I like the Hung Cup winner very tentatively. He still has, I say, a stone, up to a stone and figures, my Cloud. He beat Put a Point in the Royal Hunt Cup. He was the shortest price ever winner of a Royal Hunt Cup at 3 to 1. He was well gambled on. I just like the interview of Varian afterwards, saying that there's more to this horse. And he's really come on as a 4 year old. He's a lot to find in the figures, I will say, with someone you'll say, and Hatem and Quidra. But I think he's just the improving horse this time of the year. And these horses, I've shown their hand, Hatem, Quidra. He could improve past them, but he's a lot to find. It's just a tentative selection for me, and I see the best price. He's 4 to 1, and I will say my Cloud.
Yeah, that's fair enough, James. Like I said, he's won his last four now, isn't he? He's gone up
Yeah,
to 104. So it definitely does require more. But like we know, don't ever doubt horses that just keep improving. I've actually got him down as the second, I suppose, for me in this race. Like you said, difficult between Hartem and Coudoir. But yeah, I've actually got a really strong fancy to kick us off, Jamie. It's Never So Brave. Real big fancy here for Andrew Bolden and David Prober. Andrew Bolden's having a fine time of things at the moment. All of his horses are seemingly running to form and improving for their runs too. He won really nicely over 7 furlongs last time out. Now I know he has to step up to a mile here, but he looks certain to stay the mile with the way he finished that race. He sort of travelled through the field. He stayed on strongly. He was getting better. He was never in a better position than he was at the end of the race. I actually think he's going to get better again as well. He comes here off the top mark of 115 with Prague, but Prague has proven that he's not quite up to it. And like you said, probably needs different ground. We're Never So Brave is definitely still improving. So if he comes here and improves another couple of pounds, I think it'll be really hard to beat. And the fact that he improves through his races, you're going to have to get away quick if you're going to stop him because he's going to stay and stay and, he's going to be really hard to beat here. I think James Never So Brave, about 4-1. I'm going to nominate him as my first for our lucky 15 in the order. Right, we go on to Newmarket next, the Bunbury Cup, which is the 250, a handicap over 7 furlongs. Jane, this is an absolute slog of a race. I cannot figure this out for love nor money. We've got More Thunder, £10, who was second and third to get it last time out. You got Acadian Thunder, who was second to Never So Brave, who I fancy in the first race. Really struggling to split them up. Hopefully, you can make the picture a little bit clearer for us in a second. One I do like as a horse is Kirat for Beckett and Colin Keane. I see he's already been back from 20 to 1 into 12 to 1, which is obviously encouraging, but he is a horse that hasn't necessarily hit the heights we expected. So you probably need a little bit of trust if you're backing him, which you're probably going to end up leaving him, to be honest. But I'm struggling to split those at the front of the market, Jane. Can you make the picture a bit clearer for us? Because I'm struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, there's a lot of different form lines from Ascot, isn't there? It's the
Mm.
second, third, and the Wokingham. Then
Sure.
you have the second, third, and fourth from the race Never So Brave
Yeah,
one.
that's it on the fourth too. Yeah, yeah.
Arcadian Thunder, Helguin, and Mayal. I had a good look at this, and I'm going to go back to last year's winner for Ian Williams, and it's A Alto, and
Interesting.
he's
Yeah, yeah.
16 to 1. He's only £4 higher than last year. He absolutely hosed up in this last year, beating Lethal Levi. Um,
Oh, good horse,
he had
Lethal
a
Levi as
great,
well. Good
he had a
horse.
great, a lovely little prep run at the over course in this. Sorry, over a mile actually. Finished 9 to 10, 12 at the start. You know the crack, Joe. Only needs a little bit of a run before a big handicap again. Because of all the little form lines of Ascot, I just took that out of my reckoning, and I'm going to take a chance. Look, it's very hard to win back-to-back Bunbury Cups. There's no doubt about that.
Sure.
But if you get 5 places on the day, which you probably will, 16 to 1 now, Ayalto, he's definitely going to run. I know he's not jocked up, but I think I saw Billy Loughnane was jocked up earlier. He seems to be gone off now for some
Mm.
reason in my thing. But Ross Ryan was on last year. Even Ross Ryan, but
Great
there's
jockey. Yeah, yeah.
definitely York or Ascot on, so you don't know where. But if Billy Loughnane, it doesn't make a difference. But it's a course and distance for him, which is huge in the July course, and it's only a couple of pounds. He was good, better than 2 length victory last year. He really won easy,
Mm.
and little prep run before it. I'll have a bit of that. 16 to 1. Yeah, it's up for me.
He had a winner today as well, Ian Williams.
Yeah.
Well back. So I noticed that Hitansi Bay or something. I did look at it and sort of consider it briefly, but hey, Alto for Jamie in the Bunbury Cup, which has certainly helped because I haven't got a clue. But we move on to the 325 at Newmarket, James. We have the Bet 365 mile handicap. This is a really interesting race here, actually, as well. Bedouin Prince heads the betting at 9 to 2. We got Archivist at 8 to 1, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be going to York, I believe. You got fifth column, Al Matador, Alarak at 10 to 1, and then pretty much any price you like for the remainder. Let's have a quick look at the favourite first here, Jane Bedouin Prince, official rating of 100. So it's a fairly good race considering we've got a 100 rated horse in here. The choice of William Buick, he's already jocked up. Do you fancy him at all?
No. No. I know he won really well last day on the Roddy Mile, and he won by,
Hmm.
but it was just a novice stakes with only 8 runners. And um, this Arabian Story, I think, is running during the week. I think he's running tomorrow or Friday, and just gauge it on that because I think a lot of winners are going to. I think Arabian Story is running in the Henry Cecil listed race. He is, yeah, on tomorrow in the 4:45,
Okay,
and
okay,
I think that's the race. Anyway, Joe, he's running, and
okay.
there's a lot of winners going to come out of this Britannia. I see the second favourite is Fifth Column, who was seventh.
Hmm.
But this is my first selection, and I'm really, really strong on him.
Oh, let's have it.
Of the lucky 15 of one of my two, and the horse is called Rapid. He went off favourite for Britannia. Watched back the race. There was a lot of
Oh,
unlucky
wow.
story. Or
14
look,
to 1, just for anyone listening, right now, 14 to 1 at the time of recording.
he was unlucky. Very unlucky. I thought he was stopped in the run and bumped a lot. He was looking for too many gaps really in Britannia, but he won really well in a novice beforehand at Newbury. He won these down, and that's why he went off favourite for a Britannia. So I think this horse has a right chance, and there's a mile handicap in him, and he will do for me against the top two Godolphin pair now, because I know the Godolphin pair jacked up with William Buick and Ryan Moorboard. Buick's deserted fifth column, but now he's on Bedouin Story. But I understand that Bedouin Prince, sorry, but I like Raffed, and there's serious improvement in, and I like him, and I think he'll win.
Love that. So we got a 14 to 1 shot there to go in the lucky 15. That's awesome. I like the shout there from Jamie. Um, for me, I really like Elarak here for Charlie Hills.
Cut that out.
Yeah,
Alarak's running tomorrow.
is he not going? Okay, fair enough. Well, there we go. There we go. That one has been sorted. That means Rafed wins the race there, then, Jake. Right, we move on to the 4 o'clock then at Newmarket. The Superlative Stakes, the Group 2 over 7 furlongs. Italy, the favourite here for Ballydoyle. What do you make of him, James? I can't. I think he should win this race because it's not very deep, but I don't know how good he is. His pedigree, though, suggests he's pretty special. He's a Wootton Bassett colt out of a Galileo dam. How good is Italy?
Oh, he's a smashing horse.
You think? Yeah, you like
Yeah,
him?
yeah, he'll win. Absolute
I
clipper.
think so. I think so.
You see by the Chesham, the second horse, the Secret Adversary was it, um, who who he, uh, who he beat at Leopardstown the Main, was second then to Humidity, wasn't it, in the
That's
Chesham?
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Humidity is a really, really good horse. Balantina, who was third, is a really good filly who has good backclass, but a lot of fillies that I like towards the end of the season. But no, if this is the next O'Brien star, I think, in Italy, the way he went through the race and superlative stakes. Where's he going? Dewhurst, probably. Towards the end, so whatever city you tried and then all these horses did, this is where this horse is going. And he'll win and he'll show that what a really good horse he is.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, I won't go into any more details. I'm the same as you. I just think he's going to be better than the Saba Desert for Godolphin, Appleby Buick. One at Sandown, travelled nicely, looked quite green. He's probably going to come on plenty, but you'd expect he's going to have to, wouldn't you, to beat one of these fellas anyway. Right, we're going to move on to the 4:35, James, which is the at Newmarket, which is the July Cup Stakes here. Dropping back now to 6 furlongs, and this is again what I'm going to nominate what will be now the third leg of our lucky 15. So I'll just go straight into it, James. It's actually going to be the 2000 Guineas winner here, notable speech at 3 to 1. He's been put in his place twice this season over a mile. Obviously a concern, but I've always been a big fan of horses dropping back in trip. I just like the fact that this boy was quick enough to win a Guineas. I know he was race fit, obviously on the day compared to some of his rivals, but he's got plenty of speed. We know he stays really well. It's not a problem at all. So dropping back to this sort of trip, I just think he's going to hit the front and be too good for them. I also think he will surprise them with how fast he is when he gets into sort of the sprinting gears. Um, he's got stamina and speed and an official rating of 118. He's the best horse in this race. I do like Whistle Jacket, but to me, he would be a better horse on soft ground. And I'm more than happy to put my neck on the line and give Notable Speech a chance here. Look, we probably discussed actually previously that we thought Notable Speech was a miler, maybe even a 10 furlong horse. Certainly got that wrong. I love the fact that they've dropped back to 6 furlongs because if they've dropped back to 6 furlongs, I suggest that's William Buick saying no, he's got the pace for this. He can handle it there. So that's good enough for me. And although it may not look ideal right now, I think after the race we'll say, oh wow, yeah, very good for a 6 furlong sort of horse. And yeah, notable speech goes in for me. James, what about you?
This, I'd say, on record, is probably the worst July Cup I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
It's absolutely terrible. Flora Bermuda doesn't like winning. Sharon was kind of last year's horse, won
yeah,
early in the season. Symbol of Honor, I don't think it's just quite good enough to win this. It might fool me. Whistle Jacket needs soft ground. Believing probably needs a flat track 6 furlongs.
hmm,
Big Mojo, no. Spy Chief, maybe, but it's third string for Godolphin. Iberian I like as well, but he's now a flat track York horse as well. Chasseur would be interesting at a huge price, but he doesn't seem to want to win races either. So by process of elimination and the drop back and trip, I think they know what they're doing.
good.
Previous, I know he won in the Roddy mile, but I think even the July course is stiffer. The stiffer six will suit him. He probably is really a 6, 7 furlong horse, really, if you look at it. And if he wins here, he opens up a huge avenue for him because the sprinting division here in Irish and British sprinters are absolutely woeful
Mm, mm,
compared
mm.
to the French and the Japanese and all that, Australians or whatever. Look at the Jubilee, Lazette and Satano Rev for miles clear of the rest. Miles, like, for a 6 furlong sprint. For over Bermuda, obviously finished third, but he was miles, she was miles behind. So it's just the process of elimination of a poor race. 3 to 1 now at the moment, best price. If you want to back it, it's up to you. Um, he should win.
Yeah, love it. Good. Well, that just adds a bit of confidence to mine as well. 'Cause I'm really sweet on him, to be fair, for this weekend. So he will be one I will be backing. And with him due to run, I might even back him before the decks tomorrow. Obviously, we're doing this before declarations, but maybe he won't get too much shorter, even if he lines up. Right, we're going to move on over to York. Oh, Jamie, I haven't got anything in these first two. So we start off in the 235, which is the City Wall Stakes, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, this will
Yes.
be the second one of the lucky 15 ones.
Perfect. Well, there we go. I'm
I'm
glad you saved
really,
the day again
really,
for us. Yeah,
really sweet on one.
yeah, far away. Yeah,
Started off over 6 furlongs at Chelmsford to start of the season. Was a length behind Lady of the Lamp of Joseph O'Brien. And then this horse went on to the York meeting over 5 furlongs. It was a listed contest too. And he was barely beaten by Tropical Storm of Andrew Balding. And then he was third the last day at Sandown in the race won by Town and Country for the Bromhead, Hold a Dream, and Star of Maymas
oh,
was the name of the
lovely.
horse who was third. Um, Watch back the race at Sandown, he could have won the race. Town and Country by Colin King was given an offer right, and then got him up on the line.
Mm,
Absolute snout. But it's the race at York. It's course and distance farm. When he was beaten by Tropical Storm, he dwelt and he jinked left at the start. If he doesn't do that on Saturday and gets a good kick out, 6 to 1 here at the moment is huge each way. I can't see him out of the first three, to be honest
love
with
it.
you. And it's Star of Maymas for me because I think it's sprint. I know it's 5 furlongs at York, but there's definitely a race in this horse, and I think he'll win. Yeah, Star of Maymas.
Love it, James. Nice one. Like I said, I've got nothing there, so I'm glad you have. And that is leg four of the lucky 15, which I'll confirm after. But we're going to go straight on to the 310 at York. Again, James, I've had a look through, and there's plenty I can make a case for. But there's nothing standing out to me that says, this is the one that's going to be the one to side with here. So I need a bit of saving again. You've got to stand out.
Yeah, this is a horse going places. And this won't go off 4 to 1 favourite on Saturday.
Cool. Archivist, yep.
It's Archivist, 3 times second, but one Leicester there now in the maiden stakes on the 3rd of June, and then came back the last day, 2 weeks ago on the Saturday. On the 28th, Peter horse called Barley, Archivist. If you watch back the race, I like the way Tom Marquand taught this horse how to go through horses and weave out of places, and then went in and caught the gap at the right time over on the far in the middle of the track and
Yeah,
went
cool.
away. He was worth way more than one length. They were holding on to him, definitely holding on to him for a bigger day. 4 to 1 now, Archivist. I think he's an absolute certainty,
Yeah,
and
he's
that's
going
say,
as well.
and that's saying in a John Smith Cup, which is a very hard race to
Yeah,
win.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Um, but he was taught by Marquand the last day if you watch back the race. Adam Farrer, no, I see he's jacked up now, which wouldn't bother me. He's not a decent jockey. Jockeys don't bother me. I don't take any of that. But yeah, um, this is a Napo the weekend. I think this is a good horse, and he will win. He won't win very far. I'll put that way to.
Why is he not an unlucky 15 now?
Yeah, but I have to go to Napo afterwards.
Yeah, all right, fine, fine, fine. All right, cool, fine. Okay, and then we move on to the final race, Jane. We have the John Smith Silver Cup, which is the Group 3 of a 1 mile 6 furlongs. This is between Al Kareem at 9 to 4, Military Academy at 4 to 1, Table Talk at 4 to 1, Subsequent at 11 to 2, and any price you like really fought the remainder. Favorite backer for me here, James Al Kareem. I know the two nearest rivals in the betting aren't too far behind him on figures, but they're not exactly the most consistent, and they don't necessarily look fully unexposed necessarily to me. So I think Al Kareem just looks a solid favourite here and should take the world of beating. Um, Whether I go in at 9 to 4, I'm not sure. With Table Talk probably being the one that can chase him home, I don't think Military Academy is as good as his rating, but so maybe we'll go with the Al Kareem and Table Talk 1-2. Who do you fancy here?
Well, if Al Kareem can't win this
Hmm.
after, and they're all off level weights, he's
He
top rated.
battered Absurd.
He battered
Battered it.
absurd the last day. Um, 9 to 4 now. He's definitely going to go shorter than that. If he can't win this, he might as well give up. And I think he's a good thing as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah. 5 to 4, he goes off, then he surely somewhere at
He
11 to
surely
8.
does. He surely
11
does.
to 8, maybe, you know. Soon as he's declared he's one to back, isn't he there and then?
Yeah, 100%.
Right then, that completes the 8 races. It's York, Ascot, and Newmarket covered. James, you wanted to give your best bet of the weekend, is that right then? So is Archivist your best bet? Is that what you were
Yeah, yeah. I
getting
think
at?
Archivist. I think Archivist will definitely win the John
Yeah.
Smith Cup. Yeah.
Okay, well look, we're gonna break the rule this one weekend then. And he's got to go in. He has to go into our yeah, he's got to go in, James, okay? So
take out Rafford, so leave in Sarah
oh no,
Mayman.
let's oh no, because then I've influenced that, and if it goes the other way, we're just gonna add him in this one time, all right?
Just go with a lucky 31 or whatever.
Yeah, lucky 31 this one time, okay? So, right, I will repeat that out for anyone that wants to follow us in because we're going to be doing one of these every single week. I'm actually going to put the bet on as well myself for a small stake and just see how we get on through the year. The first selection is Never So Brave in the 222 at Ascot. We have Notable Speech in the 435, which is the July stakes. In the 310, Jamie's Nap of the Week is Archivist at 4-1. We've got Rathed in the 325 at 14-1, and Star of Memas in the 235 at 6-1. And if they all come in, we will all be in Barbados, which will be pretty fun, won't it? So. Right, I think that's everything then, James. Anything to report?
Funny you mentioned the horse actually there, Joe, and it's running tomorrow at Newmarket. It's in the Henry Cecil, and the favourite is Opera Ballo, who
Yes. Yeah.
didn't handle the dip at Newmarket, and he's 11 to 8 in the Craven one by Field of Gold. So I'm going to take out Opera Ballo on, and the horse is what you mentioned is Alarak
I
for
see. I
Jim
see.
Crowley and
Yeah,
Charles Hills. Absolutely hose up in a novice stakes at Newmarket over course and distance over 5.5 lengths. Look, it's 13 to 2 each way in an 8 runner field. So work it out for yourself.
sure.
I would
It is.
take on King of Cities all day. But I'm going to take on Mapper too because he didn't handle Newmarket. No, it's different tracks. I
Hmm.
understand that he might handle the little dip of the July course, but I don't think he'll get up the hill in a July course. To be honest, no, he did get up the hill at Sandown the last day. The form was half ranked by Bay City Roader, who was second to Darres at Shanti the last day. He has a chance, Elarak, and I'm going to take on Acrobata with him. Yeah,
That Opera Bello makes you sweat, doesn't he, when you
he
watch?
does. Yeah, and
No?
I just don't like that. I don't like that. And Friday, in the Jottish Cambridge, I see the Albany winner in Venetian Sun is
Venetian
running.
Sun. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's 4 to 7, and like 4 to 7 in a Grade Two fillies juvenile race, and it's 6 runner field. No, no, I don't care
You,
if you want it or not.
do you know who she's by though?
It doesn't make a difference to me.
Starman.
You can have a Starman all you want. It doesn't matter. There's a horse now at 14 to 1, and it's called Spicy Mark, who won in the Royal
Oh
Oak.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The Michael Bell horse.
He's Michael Bell, yeah.
Yeah,
She's Michael Bell, sorry,
he's Michael Bell. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and um, she won very well at Newmarket, was well touted, and she was down on the wrong side in the Queen Mary. Um, Schumacher went a bit too early in her, and I thought it had an absolute weapon. And I think if he got back that race, went the other side,
Hmm.
it'd have
Hmm.
given True Love a run for her money.
Interesting. Yeah,
And
yeah.
14 to 1 against the 4 to 7. Look, you can back it out, or you can back it each way to come second.
Cool. Yeah.
Spicy America's one.
Love it. There we go.
And then on Friday, I leave this now my last one. I'll leave you alone then after that, everybody.
That's all right. That's all right, James.
There's a
You are keeping us afloat these last few weeks. So keep going.
there's a very interesting Midlands Grand National in Mullingar, it's called, but it's Kilbeggan to everybody in England. And there's a horse that I really like in it. There's a lot of old favourites in here, Joe. There's Buddy One of yours,
Yeah, I
Aloy Wright,
saw. Yeah,
Spanish
yeah.
Harlem, In Excelsis Deo, Tully Big, Cotta Harla. But this horse has been crying out for 3 miles plus, and it's a Michael O'Leary horse. And whatever price you get, there's only 14 runners because I don't know why they're limiting the chases to 14. But it's a greyhound track and it's very strong. He had a spin around the track there a couple of weeks ago on the 16th of June behind the second in the novice handicap behind Caldwell Potter. And anyway, that won the beginner's chase, and second was You Oughta Know. And who was third was Harsh for Gordon Elliott.
Ah,
Now
okay.
he was with Joseph O'Brien, but if you look back, he won a handicap hurl. I tipped him there before a couple of years ago in a Punchestown handicap hurl. This horse's form. Forget about when it goes left hand. I know it was fourth in the Fred Winter behind what was the name of that horse? The Joseph O'Brien horse.
Put your hands together.
No, the one the previous year.
Lark in the morning.
Lark in the morning. It was fourth at Cheltenham. But I will say, if you look back earlier in the season on the 20th of April in beginner's chase, over 2 miles, he was second to
Mm,
Mirasol West.
okay.
He's form of really good
Yeah,
horses, and this
yeah.
is a poor race. At the time of the rest of the horses' careers, I think those are horses you'd love to own some of them in this race. 3 miles, good ground, going right-handed. If he starts jumping at a slower pace, I think, and he's a 7 pound claimer on, I think he'll win. And
Okay,
if
okay.
you get a price each way, back at each way, he could be out the back of the telly.
Is there
But
price? Is there prices up for it
there's
yet?
no prices up for that yet. But just keep an eye on it.
Yeah. All right, James. Cool. We can always pop it up on Twitter as well, can't
Mm.
we? Right, lovely. Thanks very much, Jamie, once again. Thanks everyone that's tuned in. Do really appreciate everyone that's stuck with us whilst we're going through the flat season. We do appreciate it. It's not totally the same as the jump season. We enjoy both, but we are. I mean, look, Jamie's Irish. I'm from Cheltenham. We're jumps racing at the heart of it, but it's not too far away now. We've got some cool things lined up. So we're just gonna go through the flat season, find some winners. And again, keep these comments going. I really like speaking to everyone. I always come back and say hello. Let us know who you fancy. We'll give you shout outs if you have some good winners. And basically just try and enjoy the racing with everyone. Jamie, thanks again, buddy.
Thank
When we
you.
on next, what we got? Is it just next weekend's preview? Yeah, I think
Something
so.
like that, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, and we'll figure something out. But we'll probably do it quick next week because we'll be watching the Open as well, won't we? We've got
Mm.
some golf to get stuck into. So, right, anyway, thanks everyone. We'll speak to you all real soon. Goodbye for now.